All right, so we're back again.
Yes.
This is another band that Mike is a huge fan of. I'm a big fan of it as well. Probably the biggest video I've ever had on this channel is from this band. Yes. We've done a few reactions to them together.
Yes.
This will be our next one. This one's called Living the Dream. You know this song very well.
Yes. I haven't seen the video though.
I think I've probably heard the video, I've heard the song a couple times. I haven't seen the video either. Yeah. So we're going to get into this now. My name is Old School Nerd. That's Mike Alvarado. This is Five Finger Death Punch. Hey everybody, check us out on OldSkuleNerd.com. It's got all the social media posts. The Patreon link for those who want to support the channel. We appreciate every single one of you, which is probably where this video will wind up because it'll probably be blocked on YouTube because it's Five Finger Death Punch.
Yep. And
their record label doesn't like me. The band loves me.
Yes.
The record label, not so much.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not even the record label, it's the distributor. We know who you are. We've talked. All right, so let's give it a try. Who knows? It might work, it might not. Okay, if you enjoy what we're doing here, Mike and I doing a reaction to this,
and put a like.
And if you don't, then don't.
It'll be my fault.
They already knew that.
Yeah.
That's not a like, they knew.
I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
You have nothing. Yeah, I'm not everybody's shot of whiskey. Okay.
Well, I don't drink.
Neither do I. So here's Five Finger Death Punch. The name of the song is Living the Dream, and it says, fiction reveals the truth that reality obscures. Boy, if only that was the case now.
Yeah.
We really need a good shot of truth here in the U.S. and other places, because the chaos we're coming out of the last 2 years, it's all been proven to be bull crap, is just insane.
Yep.
Here we go. Five Finger Death Punch in the face.
Hey, I'll get some.
What? The Walking Fred.
You get it?
Oh yeah. Like I said, the stupid craziness we went through in the last 2 years.
Wow.
Hey, mighty Superman, can you save us from ourselves? Hey, Mr. Universe, can you lift us up above this? 'Cause I'm just Iron Man, I'm a ghost within a shell.
Yes.
Look around.
Yes.
Just look around.
Exempt.
That's
Exempt.
hilarious.
You see her pin?
Because she's an exempt. She's famous, a politician. Dude, when I tell you...
Oh, I love this band so much.
And this is so relevant to just now because we just had the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And there are literal protests going on in Portland. Not by Antifa, not by adults. Mike Alvarado is... Not Michael Dietz.
Yes.
Michael Dietz told us on our Dungeon and Dragon stream that his son didn't have school the next day because the kids have walked out 3 days in a row to protest them having to wear masks in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Why? They started it on
the Super Bowl wore masks.
That's why.
Exactly.
Because they had the Super Bowl in California. Nobody in the Super Bowl had to wear a mask. All the celebrities were up there with their drinks and they're partying and dancing.
Yep.
And literally, there is a high school 2 blocks from the stadium. The next day, every kid 5 and up had to wear a mask.
Yep.
Every day. So in Portland, at where David's high school, kids walked out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And they can't school on Thursday because the kids are like, we're not doing it.
Good.
Kids are starting to figure out that this is a bunch of crap. It's all crap.
Yep.
They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Why did they never mention what's real and in between? It seems the path we're on was paved with blood and sorrow. No thought about tomorrow, just part of the machine. Oh, so it seems.
Nice.
Yeah, so it seems.
You know, it's funny, and I don't know if you saw this. Look at her exempt button. It says the word exempt. What else does it have?
It has a star and the coloration of it.
Not just that. That's specifically the Chinese flag.
Yeah. Well,
But his is compliant with red, white, and blue.
yes.
Caught that yet?
Oh, yeah. I caught it.
We're all living the dream. We're all living the dream. Hey there, your majesty. Is there anyone above you? It must be lonely when you're up there looking down. Hey, Lady Amnesty, there's no one that can judge you. We're all just broken toys beneath your crooked crown. Take a look around. Just look around. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Why did they never mention what's real and in between? It seems the path we're on was paved with blood and sorrow. No thought about tomorrow. Just part of the machine, or so it seems. Yeah, so it seems. We're all living the dream. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Why did they never mention what's real and in between? It seems the path we're on is paved with blood and sorrow. No thought about tomorrow, just part of the machine. So it seems, yeah, so it seems. We're all living the dream. We're all living the dream. We're all living the dream.
Here is your pin, sir.
A bad daydream, sir. Sign here, sir.
There's a lot of things going on in this video that kind of relevant just right now. I don't know how old this song is. It can't be that old because
No,
it's just
not. Like a year old.
and I try not to stay out of politics, so I'm not going to say left or right because right now I don't really care about that. But there are so many things that are going on right now where even now, even the media, they can't even argue it anymore. Because the more they argue, the more dumb they look.
Yep.
And I am shocked at, of all things, Canada. And this is why. While the whole thing with Trump was going on, Canada was like, Canada, we don't have these problems. We don't have unrest. We don't do all these. I mean, that's a U.S. thing.
Yeah.
All that craziness, that's all a U.S. thing. And what's really getting me is what Trudeau is doing right now, what the Canadian government is doing right now, going to an Emergency Powers Act to freeze bank accounts, to cancel these truckers' truck insurance, and all these other things that normally you can't do without laws to back them up. They're just doing it on an emergency by saying that they're a terrorist organization. If you think that's big for Canada, it's true. But I will tell everyone out there, the number of Americans that are seeing what's happening there and realizing, well, thank God we don't let our government do like they did, because we have literally fought back just in time to keep it from happening. If Biden was Obama, we'd be screwed right now. But because Biden is Pawpaw, who can't seem to get his crap together, he's not able to do what Trudeau is doing right now. Because Trudeau can't be touched, Canada has been what a lot of people are afraid of. Something that I never thought I would ever say about Canada.
Yeah.
They're doing things that I would never expect Canada to do. Because Canada has been one of the more freer societies that I've ever seen.
Neutral, freer, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we remember how many people said, I'm moving to Canada if Donald Trump's elected because he's a fascist?
And how many people...
But do you see what I'm saying? Like,
this is your channel, so I'm going to keep my personal opinions out of it.
Yeah, but do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
there are so many mirrored things that are going on where I'm not a political person, but I am one of those people that I've talked about it a lot of times, that freedoms allow people to talk. And I have to be very careful what I'm saying right now, because literally I could lose my entire YouTube channel just by saying the wrong word. One time. And it's really crazy. So that's one of the things that, you know, when bands do songs like this, and I do want to say something. A lot of you have asked me, why haven't I done a Tom McDonald video? You asked me that last night. Why I haven't done any of the last 2 Tom McDonald videos? For those who want to know why, I'm going to make a video and put it on my Patreon. Because I dare not do it here. When I tell you the story, it's going to shock you. A lot of you have noticed that a lot of reactors like myself and a few other ones who have been doing Tom McDonald reactions haven't done one in a while. There's a reason. I'll let you guys know on Patreon. There's no way I'm going to put it here. But yeah, it is that bad. And where we live, I live in Louisiana. You live in Texas.
Yes.
Down here, unless you're in a doctor, even in a doctor's office, nobody's forcing you to do anything. There are a couple businesses here that they're like, we would like you to wear a mask if you want to do business. And then it's a choice.
Yeah, it's you know, you walk, especially around Houston, it's there's no mask signs.
Yeah.
None, unless you're going into a doctor's office.
Yeah.
You know, the schools have made it optional.
Yeah.
So everything's optional where I live.
There are still a few places where it's still mandatory. But even those places are like, we're kind of all by ourselves now. Like, nobody else is, it's like, and so when certain doctors are saying stuff now, people are just literally flipping the channel like, I can't hear it. I'm just done with it. It's just, but anyway, and it's not just the whole COVID thing. There are other things going on. There are countries in Europe that are trying to invade each other. There's stuff going on with the Olympics. There's situations in Canada. There are situations going on right now around the world in countries.
The avocado.
Yeah. Right? That's a different story. But there are countries right now around the world that I would have 20 years ago, I would never. If somebody told me, hey, 20 years ago, this country, if you don't follow the government's recommendation, will put you in a camp. That's actually happening. I'm not going to say the name of the country, but if you had told me 20 years ago they're going to do that, I'd be like, there's no way. That country would never do that. That country is like straight up, they're like a giant Texas down there. They don't care. No. If somebody had told me that Canada, which has always been the place where you go when you want to protest free ideas and all this other stuff, because you don't agree with a certain idea, they're going to freeze your bank account and take away. It's like, what? Yep. Did the people vote on that? No. And we are so close to that here in the U.S. 2 years ago, we were super close to that until we realized, luckily for us, and it's one of the few times in the history of the world that I'm glad that the president is not that good. Like I told you guys, if Biden was Obama, we'd be screwed. Because Obama was very capable. He was very smart. He was articulate. He was young, dynamic. Everything he said, you just followed along and whatever. Yeah. But because Biden has trouble speaking, has trouble with he bumbles a lot, and it could be his age, whatever the case. But a lot of people agree that he is not a very strong speaker or a representation or a leader per se in the way he speaks. So a lot of his stuff just seems very grasping. Because of that, a lot of the things that have happened in other countries with dynamic leaders. I mean, think about New Zealand. The president of New Zealand, the prime minister of New Zealand, she is a rock star.
Yeah.
Because she did some things that Donald Trump said he wanted to do, but at the time the Democrats go, you can't do that, that's racist, you can't close it down, that would be homophobic, transphobic, you're being racist and all this. But she literally went there and said, we're closing the country, done.
Yeah.
If you're going to go for it, she went 100%, and her politics, I may not agree with, but they're one of the few countries that haven't had as many problems.
Yeah.
But it's that halfway measure that always gets people. So I really like the video. There's a lot of imagery here.
I love the video.
The video is really hard to watch in some respects because it makes you realize that there's really some things going on like that. Mm-hmm. And although it does seem that the antagonist character,
Nancy Pelosi,
she's, you know what, she kind of reminded me of Zsa Zsa Gabor too, like she was above everyone.
Oh yeah,
you know, but not that Zsa Zsa Gabor was ever a political character,
No.
but it just with the pearls.
Yes.
What's funny is I think Five Finger Death Punch did that on purpose. They gave her Hillary hair. They made her a really older woman like Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
They gave her pearls like Barbara Bush.
Yeah.
And they gave her that pantsuit like every first lady. So It was kind of like there was not so much Republican, Democrat, just elitist. An elitist. A celebrity.
Yes.
Someone just always that person that
I know better. I know better than you.
Do what I say, not what I do.
Right.
It's just, and it goes across the board. So
right.
That's why you just hated her so much.
Yeah.
And it was wow. I don't know. It hits.
But kudos to this band who did this video. I mean, the balls at that time to do that.
Not the first time that balls have been shown by this band.
No, they've got some balls.
But there's a lot
this is a different level because some of the calls that they've taken on hasn't been because of this cancel culture we have going on right now to kind of speak out about what's going on.
I really think that Five Finger Death Punch has gotten to the point now, and I'm seeing it. I've said this in a few reactions so far this year. These last 2 years have caused a renaissance in metal music.
Yes.
Not just in the US, a lot of it is in Europe because they've had more lockdowns than we have over here. But bands have spent the last 2 years struggling to make money. They can't tour, they can't produce, They can't do anything. And we always know that the best art comes through pain, comes through struggle.
Yes.
And bands are coming out with stuff that is poignant, it's relative. It does kind of remind me of the Rebel rock and Rebel, I guess the first metal was all metal, was Rebel, of this late 60s.
Yes.
When they were done with the Vietnam War, they were done, but it was just a different situation. But again, rock and metal will always go against the authority. They always will. And right now, authority is at a place with social media and the way it's being portrayed in a way that it's never gotten away with it before. So bands like this one, they've never really pulled any punches. Five Finger Death Punch has never pulled any punches.
No, they haven't.
But this one is like, you know what? Also, if you think about it, their entire fan base are not only veterans, but people who know veterans, also very strong, not necessarily conservative people, but people that believe in freedom, rights, expressionism, across the board. So you not only get a lot of the conservative side, you also get a lot of the independents, definitely a lot of your libertarians and stuff like that. That's literally 2/3 of the country.
Yeah.
So when you do that, are they really losing just because MTV won't play this?
No.
MTV wasn't going to play it to begin with.
No.
Because MTV doesn't play music videos anymore.
It's the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
And ridiculous.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
They will go over the top, and that's one of the favorite parts. Okay, so if you enjoyed that, make sure that you put a like on there. And to all of you, of course, this is Michael Alvarado. My name is Old School Nerd. And the words, ideas, and thoughts do not reflect anything except for the fact that we don't pull punches either, and we just don't give a shit. That was my disclaimer.
Muchas fucking gracias.
How can I really say that I'm worried about what people say when that's my way I end a video?
I just don't want to get you in trouble with my mouth.
I know you will.
I know. That's why I'm being nice.
I know. Hey, that's a really cool Red-Handed Denial t-shirt. Where'd you get that?
That would be you.
Yeah. Violet Orlandi, Red-Handed Denial.
She's awesome.
Who?
Violet.
You know who else is awesome? The lead singer of Red-Handed Denial. He doesn't even know who that is.
I haven't heard the song yet, but I know who Vandy Arlen. I can't.
Violet, you're
Violet
rough. You're struggling.
I haven't just. Well, you know what's going on.
Yeah, he's.
My
Man, it has been a rough week for everybody I know.
Yeah.
You, Chelsea, you know, I'm going to go call my mom right now to make sure I'm not catching up to y'all.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
It's literally been like that.
Yeah.
So. All right, everybody. Hopefully everyone else is having a better weekend and week than we are, but, you know.
We had crawfish last night. So
we did. We had crawfish last night, and we had coffee this morning.
Yes.
And we may go tear it up with some good food tonight.
Yes. There's a reason why we're fat.
Well, one of us is fat.
That's
awesome. You're such an asshole. That's why I love you. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.